हाल में पूरा दिल्ली प्रदेश का सोशल मीडिया वॉलंटियर्स इन्फ्लुएंस लास्ट 2 hours में बहुत पेशेंट यू आर सिटिंग हियर and it is a very important time all of us are meeting because the elections in Delhi are in May 25 and it's a very important election, capital city, 7 constituencies. Most of the narrative Delhi में हो सकता, इधर reputed journalists है, reputed influencers है, कांग्रेस का लेफ्ट लिबरल इकोसिस्टम में पूरा देश का विरोध क्या इन्फ्लुएंसर्स है दिल्ली में बहुत ज़्यादा है. सो दिल्ली में इट इज़ इम्पॉर्टेंट आवर सोशल मीडिया इन्फ्लुएंसर्स दे सेट द ट्रूथ. हमारा पास स्टेज में चीफ गेस्ट दिल्ली प्रदेश का अध्यक्ष वीरेंद्र सचदेव साहब है. हमारा वाइस प्रेसिडेंट दिल्ली का बीजेपी कार्यकरण का अध्यक्ष गजेंद्र यादव जी है. सोशल मीडिया का इंचार्ज रोहित उपाध्याय जी है. हमारा आईटी हेड पुनीत अग्रवाल जी है. आवर स्टेट ऑर्गेनाइजिंग सेक्रेटरी पवन राणा जी है. आवर मीडिया फ्रेंड्स आर हियर. Friends, they have given about 40 minutes for me to talk to you. I'll take about 3 parts I would like to discuss with you. I never believe in the word called narrative. There is a difference between narrative and truth. BJP ka social media ka volunteers, we are on the side of truth. We are never on the side of narrative. I'll give you a small example to illustrate the difference between a narrative and a truth. We all know Congress party is declining. Just yesterday I was seeing in television channel, the previous Congress Delhi ka state president has joined BJP yesterday in the presence of our state president. So we all have seen. Across India we know Congress party is on a decline, possibly in 2024. June 4 when the counting happens, Congress party will come down to less than 50 member of parliament in the Lok Sabha. It will happen. But Congress ka ecosystem jinda hai. Whatever ecosystem has protected the Congress party over the last 50 years, that ecosystem is still intact. Our job as social media volunteers and people in the social media is to dismantle the Congress ka ecosystem, which is functioning more than the Congress party. So first 10 minutes, I'll take some examples to illustrate the difference between a narrative and a truth. There was a news article in a newspaper. 33% of girl students in a college have married their own professors. This is the news article. 33% of girl students in a college have married their own professors. Immediately the ecosystem will say what is happening in our country. 33% girl students have married their own professors. What is it? We are not getting into the value judgment of right or wrong. Now this is a narration, a narrative, which says 33% girl students have married their professors. But if you look at the truth, that class might have only 3 girl students and 1 girl student might have married their professor. That is their personal relationship. Nobody is bothered. So 1 girl student marrying their professor, that is the truth. But the narrative is 33% of girl students in a college have married the professor. Our job is to bust this narrative wherever a false narrative gains ground in the country, and using that narrative, they try to make a story out of it. In the last 10 years of Modi ji's rule, whatever good things, great things we have done, we are taking that to the elections in Delhi on May 25. But still the false narrative, the opposition used to do it for a lot of years, and they're using the false narrative even during this election. Now we have to understand, at one point of time, journalism in India, journalists in our country, they were literally considered God. And these journalists had so much access to power, they were even controlling the policy making. They were deciding who should meet the minister. If you observe carefully the Neera Radia tapes of that era, some of our top journalists in our country had unbridled access to power, to some of the top cabinet ministers. They even knew some of the policy decisions even before it happens. And many of the brokers had access to the ministers of UPA 1 and 2 through some of the journalists. So journalists believe they are God. And they were traveling freely with the top leaders. They had access to the Prime Minister. They were traveling in the same airplane along with the Prime Ministers to different parts of the world. Now, after Modi ji has taken over our country as Prime Minister from May 30, 2014, there is a difference. And everybody is treated equally. Nobody is given an extra access to the government. Even a journalist has to get information like the same source you and me can get the information. So this has created a cognitive dissonance. There is still a group of journalists belonging to the ecosystem who believe the institutions are collapsing simply because their access to power is cut. So this is why our social media volunteers, people who are sitting in this room, we have a very important role to play, not only during the elections, even before the elections also. Before I get into some of the political aspects which we need to discuss, I'm still on the narration part. Just yesterday, there was a news article from Reporters Without Borders who said the press freedom in India is declining. And we all have read in the paper. Not only this, we keep reading a lot of articles in our newspapers which Indian media loves to cover in a big way. The institutions in our country are collapsing after BJP has taken over, BJP has come to the government. So very often they keep quoting a couple of indexes, press freedom index, the democracy index, to say, oh, in India democracy is declining. And many newspapers cover it prominently. Again, I'm giving this example as a second example to say how a narrative is set in our country by people who don't want to believe India is progressing. There is this Freedom in World Index, which is covered largely, which talks about the democracy and civil liberty in each of the country. The Freedom in World Index is published by Freedom House based out of New York. India's civil liberty score, if you see, in 2018 was 42. In 2022, it has come down to 33. So now India's overall ranking has come down to 66, which India had during emergency. Emergency time में India का क्या score था? अभी Freedom in World Index has given the same score to us. Northern Cyprus, a country controlled by Turkey, is having a democracy score of 77, that is better than our country. Mongolia, which had a one-party system in 1990 till 1990, is having a score of 84, which according to Freedom in World Index is a free country. Now if you keep looking at it, this is a narrative. Now this will come in the paper, people will read it. But our job as social media volunteers, as influencers, is to dig the truth, to find what is really the truth, so that through our social media handles, through our ecosystem, we publish to the people at large. If you look at the truth of what is happening, this report, Freedom in World Index, which is coming in all the top newspapers, it is produced by a team of in-house staff, analyst, consultant, external analyst. It is not, they don't come to India, they don't meet you and me, they don't take survey in Tamil Nadu, survey in Kerala, survey in Delhi, and then they put out a score. So they have 25 questions which they give to a team of 100 people. They are the staff, analysts, consultant, experts. It is not by any common people of the country. These people fill out these 25 questions. The average answer is taken out. And then from New York, they publish a survey stating, oh, India may live, civil liberty score has come down. Not even a single Indian citizen answers the question there, whereby this number is derived. So this is where we should bring out the truth to say, this is all bogus things that keep coming during every election. The next one is the Economist magazine. Economist magazine publishes something called Economist Intelligent Unit Democracy, EIU. Again, if you look at it, it is published by the research and consulting arm of Economist magazine. India was ranked 27th in 2014. India, last available survey, we are ranked 46th in 2021. Our civil liberty score is less than Hong Kong and less than Sri Lanka. Again, if you see, how did the Economist arrive at this number? Economist takes its number from a world value survey. And this world value survey, in which economic score is based, after 2012, they have stopped reaching out to people to take survey. Again, this is based on expert opinion. After 2012, they never come to a ground. They never ask people what it is happening. Again, the world value survey, a group of people sit down, they mark their score. Friends, the reason I'm starting with this example is, we should understand a narrative is a very, very powerful component in social media. So our job is to go beyond narration. So the top 2 surveys in the world, which talks about civil liberty, both the surveys are done by in-house experts who answer a set of questions based on which this magazine publishes a report saying, oh, India mein civil liberty kam ho gaya, India mein democracy is under threat. And some Indian journalists based in our country, they will take this report, sit in a newspaper room or a TV room, they will have a prime time debate. So we have to understand in this age and time, our role here is to find the truth, find the information and bring out in the public domain. Because everything, whatever survey they bring about our country, it borders on bogus. There is nothing called reality to it. So we have to understand that is how 2024 elections is also being conducted. We have completed 2 phases of our election. Phase 1, 102 seats. Phase 2, closer to 88 seats. 190 seats in our country has finished elections. We have 5 more phases to go, including Delhi, which is on May 25. If you look at the issue that is being discussed, Congress party, Pura South mein, they are trying to set a narrative. Do you know why Modi ji wants 400? Because Modi ji wants to destroy the constitution. Modi ji wants to take away the rights of people. That is why he wants 400. Now, if you look back at history, in social media, if you look back at any party which has destroyed India's constitution over the last 50 odd years, it is Congress party. 1952, they came to power. 1957, they came to power. 60, 66, 71, 76, 84, 89 was an outside government, 91, 2004, 2009. This many times Congress was sitting in power. If you look at number of times, the Congress prime ministers who dismantled the constitution at different time. Madam Indira Gandhi, she used Article 356 to dismiss governments 51 times. The whole Congress party used Article 356 91 times. India, different governments have used Article 356 slightly more than 100 times. But Congress party alone used it 91 times. Indira Gandhi ji alone used it 51 times. And only in the Congress period, the constitution was suspended. Basic civil liberty was curtailed. Anybody was arrested, thrown into jail, no questions asked. It is only during the Congress authoritarian government, they said, we can supersede judiciary, we can make somebody at the Chief Justice of our country, we will supersede 3-4 judges to make somebody a CJI. Now the same Congress is complaining that our party, Bharatiya Janata Party, when we come to power with a larger mandate, constitution is under threat. Because here the problem is, many of the first-time voters who are sitting in this room are outside in Delhi, who is voting in May 25 for the first time. Their age when Congress was in power last was 8 years. 2014, when somebody was born and 8 years, today they are 18, they are putting their first vote. 2004, when Congress came to power, previously, people were not even born. And those children are voting for the first time in 2024, May 25. It is important, many a time we have to remind the past. What happened in our country, how the country was run, how the constitution was handled, at different points of prime ministership, how the chief ministers were dismissed just like that. Yesterday, I was in Karnataka, in the northernmost part, a place called Gulbarga, a very important town in Karnataka. Gulbarga had given a chief minister to Karnataka state called Virendra Patil ji. So Virendra Patil ji was the chief minister of Karnataka when Rajiv Gandhi ji was the prime minister. Rajiv Gandhi ji is boarding a plane in Bangalore. The press friends are asking him a question. Will Virendra Patel ji be changed as Karnataka Chief Minister? Rajiv Gandhi ji did not answer the question. He boarded the plane. Even before the plane landed in Delhi, Virendra Patel ji was changed as Chief Minister of Karnataka. We have to understand how Congress practiced democracy in our nation. Both internal democracy as well as external democracy. Because a party, how well it practices internal democracy, only then the party can practice external democracy. This is a party which suspended constitution, used Article 356 just like that, a piece of paper, dismissed governments, changed the chief ministers. If they felt anybody is threat to the Congress ecosystem in Delhi, if they felt anybody is a threat to Gandhi Parivar from any part of our country, if there is a powerful Congress leader emerging in Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, like Karmaveerar Kamarajaraya in Tamil Nadu, or Virendra Patel ji in Karnataka, the first thing they do from here, sitting in Gandhi Parivarji's family, make sure that person becomes a zero. Make sure that government is dismissed. Make sure new person is brought to power like a doormat. And this Congress party is crying, oh, look at the civil liberty score, look at press score, look at Economist magazine index score, look at this score. The institutions are collapsing. If it is one government in 10 years, which never used 356 illegally, which respected the constitution in every single forum, which made sure, even in 2014, when we had 283 MP, even in 2019, when we had more than 300 MP, we never brought an act called Ram Temple Act in Parliament. We never brought an act. We never brought an act called Ram Temple Act, by which through a legislature, we build a Ram Temple. This is a classic case of a party coming to power with an absolute majority, respecting the constitution, respecting the law of land, respecting the judiciary, waiting patiently like we have waited for 500 years, and whatever the judiciary's order was given, obeyed to the letter, not only in spirit, to the letter, and made sure Ram Temple was built. And Congress is making an allegation against our party like Bharatiya Janata Party, which despite a super majority, we respected constitution. Not only we respected, we strengthened the constitution at every available level. Friends, this is a very important narrative, because Congress doesn't have anything in the armory. They don't have a prime ministerial candidate. The India Alliance doesn't have a prime ministerial candidate. They don't have an overall national narrative, because Congress narrative in Tamil Nadu is entirely different. Congress narrative in Kerala is entirely different. Congress narrative in Karnataka is entirely different. Congress narrative in Andhra is entirely different. So we are seeing first two phases of election. We are seeing across the southern states, India Alliance, one narrative in one state is different from one narrative in the other state. We have to understand, since they don't have a narrative, they are running this national election like a local election, like a regional election. They are running this national election like an MLA election. It is important, social media volunteers and warriors here, we got to bring back, already we are bringing it back, we brought back, it is a national election for a prime ministerial candidate. It is not some chota mota election where anybody can raise their hand and say, I aspire to be a prime minister. So it is important, in the next 20 days, we all reflect. This is not for Delhi, this is for the country. And it is important in the country when we get BJP MPs, NDA MPs across the board. The national capital should have a sweep where all these 7 BJP MPs, once more, people give responsibility to them. Across Delhi, we all have Bharatiya Janata Party member of parliament across Delhi. So it is important, the truth that we tell, it is important, the truth that we tell is it's a national election. It is not a narrative-less election. This election is for Modi ji, and this election is for all the 10 years of hard work Modi ji has put. And why we need 400? We need 400 to strengthen the constitution. Brothers and sisters, there is one more narrative Congress is running. Oh, why LPG cylinder is not given for 100 rupee? Why petrol is not given for 10 rupee? Why diesel is not given for 5 rupee? If you look at the manifestos of political parties in southern part of our country, DMK in its manifesto said, when we come to power, we will give LPG at 500 rupee. When we come to power, we will give petrol at 50 rupee. When we come to power, we will give diesel at 65 rupee. This is the manifesto which they were talking. So please vote for us, not for national security, not for anything else, not for economic growth, but we will reduce LPG, petrol and diesel price for you. Now we have to understand one thing. If you look at Congress party, or if you look at the political parties which are giving that manifesto, every election they keep saying this. Mr. P. Chidambaram, who was our finance minister during the Congress time, was an expert in lie. If there is a liar and chief of Congress, the title should be given to Mr. P. Chidambaram, who was our finance minister. Because he brought in a system where they said, oh, 2013-14 we will reduce petrol price. And not only will we reduce petrol price, we will artificially bring it down. How did they do it? First time in our country, Mr. P. Chidambaram issued something called petrol bond, gas bond. They issued bond to the public. They said, you please pay, get this bond. We will redeem the bond after 10 years. And using that money, we will reduce petrol and diesel price. If you look at the data, the petrol bond that UPA2 issued to artificially reduce the petrol and LPG price by issuing bond. If you look at the date of redemption, a government of India has to redeem a bond, 7/3/2015, which means the first bond got redeemed, the government of India will pay money. 23/3/2015, second bond, we will pay money. Now I am reading the data for you, kindly listen. The bonds that UPA2 issued, by which they got money, by which they were able to artificially bring down petrol diesel price just for election, 16/10/2021 redemption, 28/11/2021, 10/11/2023, 12/2/2024, 15/9/2024, 4/2/2026, 23/3/2026. See? They have issued a bond, petrol bond, saying 15 years later, some government will come and redeem the bond. Some government will pay 1,34,000 crore, which we have mobilized by that bond. Now we want to reduce the price. If there is a single biggest fraud done on the Indian Constitution during the UPA 1 and 2, this petrol bond is the single biggest fraud they have done. They never said we will redeem the bond. See how intelligent they are. They didn't touch 2014 to 19 also. Because they thought by reducing petrol, diesel and all those drama, they will come to power in 2014. They said the redemption will happen after 2021. So 80% of bond which they took, they kept the redemption 2021, 2023, 2024, 2025, 2026. So our government, Modi ji government, taking over after 2014, whatever Congress petrol bond they have issued, we are redeeming, paying that money. Because the government of our government is honoring that. This is how they set narrative. This is how they set narrative. And it is very, very important that we present the truth. We tell the people of our country. Rajiv Gandhi ji, in 1985, he was having an interview with Sam Pitroda. Sam Pitroda, you all know the infamous statement he made. So Rajiv Gandhi ji, Sam Pitroda asked him a question. 1985. How many of you are born in 1985, sir? Can you raise your hand? After 1985 you are born. How many of you are born after 1985? After 1985, my age is less than 38. Okay. Sam Pitroda is asking Rajiv Gandhi ji in 1985, when will Indian public get drinking water to their home by pipe? Rajiv Gandhi ji answers, in 5 years, I will make sure every citizen in our country will get drinking water by pipe into their home. Many of you might not believe this. Oh, 1985, that Rahul Gandhi ji actually said it. So I am going to play a video for you. You can just hear the audio. What Rajiv Gandhi ji said in 1985.
give drinking water in 5 years. In 5 years.
So 1985 he says, we will give drinking water to every single person in our country in 5 years, meaning by 1990. When Modi ji announced the same scheme, Jal Jeevan Mission, 2019, August 15, when Modi ji announced it, that every household will get drinking water by pipe. So at that point of time, India had 16% houses which had drinking water coming by pipe, 16%, which was 3 crore 24 lakh houses. Which was 3 crore 24 lakh houses. Now today, if you look at number of houses that is having drinking water by pipe, it is 76.28%. Now we have to understand what Congress said in 1985, what we are delivering now. 16% in 2019, this is Congress saying after 20 years, Modi ji took over in 2019, this scheme, we have delivered 76.28%. From 3.24 crore houses, it is 14 crore 73 lakh house as on today is having a drinking water. Again, Congress wanted to give house to our poor brothers and sisters who didn't have a concrete house. They were running this scheme in the name of Indira Gandhi ji. Throughout their tenure, 40 lakh houses were given in Indira Gandhi ji's name to the so-called poor. They said 40 lakh house we have given Indira Gandhi Awas Yojana. You have to understand the breadth. 53 years of Congress rule. 2014 to 24, we have delivered 4 crore houses, PM Awas Yojana. Now it is very important in this election, every voter should know this is a election between performance and non-performance over 50 years. This is an election of performance over 10 years and non-performance over 70 years. These small things, which sometimes gets forgotten, needs to be mentioned. I am going to play you a video of Rahul Gandhi ji, a recent video. I request you to kindly listen to this audio again.
तो जाति जनगणना से पूरे देश को पता लग जाएगा कि हिंदुस्तान का धन कहां है, किसके हाथ में है, पिछड़ों के हाथ में कितना, दलितों के हाथ में कितना, गरीब जनरल कास्ट के हाथ में कितना, महिलाओं के हाथ में कितना, पूरा साफ हो जाएगा सबके सामने। उसके बाद न्यू पॉलिटिक्स शुरू होगी।
ओके।
ऐसे कभी नहीं खड़े होंगे। अभी ये कह रहे भैया मुझे नहीं मालूम, तब कहेंगे भैया मेरे 50% लोग हैं, मेरे 2% धन है, मुझे 50% धन चाहिए। सीधी सी बात होगी। तो ये हमारी सोच है। जाति जनगणना पहला कदम है और ये सिर्फ जाति जनगणना नहीं होगा, ये इकोनॉमिक सर्वे होगा।
Now we have to understand when our Honorable Prime Minister Sir is talking about the Congress very devious plan of economic redistribution. It is important, social media, our warriors who are here, it is important that we dig into it. After Prime Minister Sir has spoken about the devious plan of Congress, it is important that we take this message to every single household. J.R.D. Tata was a close friend of Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru ji. After our independence, first government, J.R.D. Tata ji was having a conversation with Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru ji, our first Prime Minister. In one of the conversation, J.R.D. Tata was mentioning, Nehru ji, हमारा पब्लिक सेक्टर यूनिट में थोड़ा सा प्रॉफिट होना पड़ेगा. The PSU should generate profit. It cannot be loss making in its life. Pandit Nehru ji replies to J.R.D. Tata, Tata ji, आप प्रॉफिट का वर्ड मत बोलना, वो डर्टी वर्ड है, मेरा को पसंद नहीं है. प्रॉफिट डर्टी वर्ड है, आप मत बोलना. This J.R.D. Tata ji records the conversation he had with Pandit Nehru. Later, J.R.D. Tata ji writes a foreword for a book about Tatas. In that book, J.R.D. Tata writes, if at all India's first Prime Minister was Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel ji instead of Pandit Nehru, probably India's economic prosperity and economic path would have taken a different turn. Now what Congress is speaking, because we have to understand, In the first election, 1952-57, Communist was the second largest party. Communist Party had more number of MPs after Congress. Communist Party had this radical idea that economic redistribution has to happen like the model that is followed in Russia and China at different points of time. So our state, Rajaji, Chakravarti Rajagopalachari, our Governor General, he opposed this idea. He started a party called Swatantra Party. Swatantra Party was a direct competition to Congress Party, though Rajaji was part of the Congress Party initially. There, J.R.D. Tata again writes a letter to Nehruji. You have to understand the context in which Rahul Gandhi ji is speaking now. It is important. We have to understand what is their plan. And through our channels, it is important we take it to the public at large. J.R.D. Tata writes to Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, we don't want Communist Party as number 2 in the parliament. India needs a responsible opposition. So we are going to fund the Swatantra Party also. Of course, we will give more money to Congress. Little money we'll give it to Swatantra Party. And Nehruji writes back to J.R.D. Tata saying, that is your wish, but Swatantra Party can never be an opposition in our country, you take my word. So Nehruji was unhappy with Tata's giving money to Swatantra Party because they don't want a radical party in our country who can do what Russia and China did with the citizens. Now Rahul Gandhi ji, after the Congress manifesto, at multiple times, he has spoken not only is a caste census, but we have to do a financial census. And this financial census will capture the economic data of each person and his family. Based on this, Rahul Gandhi ji goes one step further to say, if somebody is having 2%, if somebody is having 50%, he says they have to correct that imbalance by making sure somebody is not having a 50%. Sam Pitroda ji goes one step further to say, in America, when there is a wealth tax of 55%, why not? It's a time to have debate in our country. Now you have to understand, the Congress DVS plan is very clear. Whatever gains we have achieved, in the last 10 years, we have taken 25 crore people in our country out of multi-dimensional poverty. 25 crore people we have taken out of poverty. And we have done some miraculous things. Miraculous things we have done. We have built 4 crore houses, which is more than the population of Australia. Which is more than the population of Australia. In 10 years, we have delivered 4 crore houses. If you look at the number of houses which got drinking water, as we have spoken previously also, 14 crore houses have got drinking water to their home, which is more than the population of Germany. If you look at the number of people who have got Mudra loan, in our country, the number of people who have got Mudra loan, so that they can run an industry of their own, they can generate economic output. It is more than 30 crore people in our country, 39 crore people who have got a Mudra loan in a different context. This is more than the population of Brazil and many European countries combined. So this is our idea of making sure people who are in the bottom of the pyramid, you give them every means possible so that people have a fighting chance. Somebody is not able to get ration. Give ration to 80 crore people. Not having a house, give a house with subsidy of 2,71,000. When he came to power in 2014, 64% of India had LPG. We have made it 100%. This is a way where we are taking care of have-nots in our economic model. The Congress model, which talks about radical redistribution, has to be killed in the thinking only. That is why it is very, very important, the volunteers who are sitting here, not only you talk about Rahul Gandhi's statement, not only you talk about Sam Pitroda's statement, you go back to what is Congress' original idea right from 1952. Be it Pandit Jawaharlal Nehruji's thinking, be it Indira Gandhiji's thinking, be it their thinking at different points of time, how they want to snatch the hard-earned wealth of anybody who's in this country. So this is a very, very important election where Congress, through its ecosystem, having this radical idea, can sneak into the back door. They can put all their economic theories to rest, conduct a caste census along with conduct an economic census, do an X-ray of this country, question you and me why we are having 2 cars, question somebody why they are having 2 bikes, question somebody why they are having 100 gram of gold, question somebody why they get paid this much money as a salary. So this is fundamentally a big disruption to our way of life. Congress is planning. That is why it is equally important, people who are sitting here, we dig through the Congress design, talk about it so that it becomes a choice where any voter before going to the polling station will look at this choice, they will vote. So my humble request to all our social media warriors who are here, there is a narrative which they might set. It is important we set out the truth. And our truth becomes a positive narrative over a point of time. So that we tell the people of our country that we are here. When P. Chidambaram ji in his last speech as the Union Finance Minister he said, in 2044, we will become the world's 3rd largest economy. He said 2044, we will become the world's largest economy. Because we all know, when Congress came to power in 2004, we were the world's 11th largest economy. When Congress left power, we were the 10th largest economy. It took 10 years for them to climb 1 spot from 11 to 10. For us, it took 10 years to climb from 10 to 5. This is very important. The people of our country can have to understand. The Congress thinking is to make India the 3rd largest economy in 2044, which Modi ji is going to do it in 2027. Meaning we are saying 17 years of how Congress was thinking. That is why, ladies and gentlemen, it is very important, all the social media warriors who are sitting here, we got to convince the people of our country that our model has delivered. Our model is not incremental, it is leapfrogging. We are not adding one to it. Whatever the country was in 2014, we have doubled. Airport 74, we have taken it to 151. Number of universities, we have doubled. Number of medical seats, we have doubled. We have increased the pace of building national highway 3 times. If you look at any data, our country, we have doubled, tripled any indicator over the last 10 years. So people have to understand that Modi ji is going to double this in the next 5 years. 2027 will become the 3rd largest economy. 2047, the goal. That is the importance of Viksit Bharat. When Modi ji is talking about Viksit Bharat, it is important in social media, we add strength to that Viksit Bharat argument. We add data to it. We add strength to that argument to say, yes, where the country was, where the country is now, where the country is going to be in 2030, 2045, and where Modi ji is going to take. If you look at all the 193 countries in the world, 2023, India was the fastest growing economy in the world. We were the fastest growing. Now, that is not important for us. International Monetary Fund says, in the next 20 years, India has got all the potential to average out and grow faster than any other country in the world. That is important to us. And this did not happen overnight. This happened by building systems. In the last 10 years, we have built systems. We have made sure the system is performing. And we are making sure this system is going to deliver results. You just look, sir. Yesterday, the GST data collection data has come in our country. I am going to read out some of the data for your information. The GST, what each state is contributing. Now, if you look at the data, Haryana, a state like Haryana, where BJP is in power, in 2023 April, we are taking April as a month, Haryana contributed 10,035 crore. 1 year later, 2024 April, Haryana is contributing 12,169 crore, which is an increase of 21%. If you look at Uttar Pradesh, where we are in power, where you build a model, 2023 April, we have contributed 10,320 crore UP. 2024 April, UP has contributed 12,290 crore, which is an increase of 19% in 1 year. If you look at Maharashtra, which is India's largest economic state, 2023 April, 33,000 crore. 2024 April, 37,000 crore, which is 13%. If you look at the state in which I come from, Tamil Nadu, 2023 April, Tamil Nadu, we contributed 11,500 crore. 2024 April, we are contributing 12,000 crore, which is an increase of 6%. Now, this is a model that is working. Wherever BJP states are in power, you can look at the data, you can just take out BJP states in power, you can take Congress states in power, you can state Dravidian parties in power. Tamil Nadu is such a great state. For 60 years, Tamil Nadu was India's number 2 in terms of economic output after Maharashtra. Now, Uttar Pradesh has overtaken us 3 months before. Haryana, GST tax collection has almost equaled us. A small state like Haryana, a big state like Tamil Nadu with 8.5 crore population. Though I feel bad as a Tamilian that all states should compete aggressively, there should be a healthy competition among us to say, oh, you did this, I am doing it. Now, Tamil Nadu politicians, Dravidian parties, what they say, no, UP is growing, Haryana is growing because Modi ji is giving good care to those states. Modi ji is not giving good care to Tamil Nadu. This is how the election, MK Stalin ji's narrative. But GST is purely based on consumer spending. In each state, whoever is a person in that state, he is spending. So this data has got nothing related to what government is doing for each state. Haryana is doing 21%. UP is doing 19%. Maharashtra doing 13%. Karnataka, only Congress has come to power 11 months now. If you look at the previous data, 9% when BJP was in power for a long time. Tamil Nadu, 6%. So this is why we have to understand many states, including Tamil Nadu, to hide their inefficiency, they are creating this north-south divide. We have to understand. States which are not generating income, which are very corrupt, which have got parallel sources of power like Tamil Nadu, the chief minister doesn't make decision. His son-in-law and son makes decision. Telangana, for a long time, the chief minister never makes decision. The son-in-law and daughter makes decision. If you look at Telangana now, the Congress CM doesn't make decision. Somebody in Delhi makes a decision. If you look at all the states, including Kerala, which is complaining north-south, if you look at GST data, we know why BJP governing states are performing, why non-BJP states are not performing. This is a very powerful argument to make that our system is working, our model is working. That is why in India also we are seeing a miraculous growth when compared to states that is governed by Congress. Now, other argument they make, especially in South, which is very important in Delhi also, which Aam Aadmi Party keeps making. When Indira Gandhi ji came as Prime Minister, there has to be a formula for devolution of resources. All states contribute money to center gives back money. Article 275 mandates center should give back money. Article 280 mandates how Finance Commission should function. When Indira Gandhi ji madam was there, they said all the money coming to Delhi, when it is given back to states, 60% weightage is given to population. In 1960, 2060, 50% weightage to population. Now anybody who is complaining, oh, Delhi is taking all the money, it is giving more to BJP state, it is not giving to a state like AAP, which is governing, or Punjab where AAP is governing. Now we have to understand the Article 280, the Finance Commission, the 15th Finance Commission formula is very clear. Income distance 45%, population 2011 15%, not 60% which Congress brought, area of a state 15%, forest cover, ecology 10%, demographic performance 12.5%, tax efficiency 2.5%. India, whatever we do it by a formula. And based on that formula, the money goes to each of those states. That was a narrative in phase 1 and phase 2. The political parties were trying to say, no, we are not getting enough money. But BJP ruled states are getting more money. Friends, it is very, very important. So all these overarching themes, be it a LPG, be it a gas price, be it the oil bond, and be it the GST collection, and be it the performance that we have done over the last 10 years, we got to talk with data over the next 10 years till May 15. I am not going to burden you with more data. The reason, brothers and sisters, I am presenting data to you is to just to substantiate that as social media warriors, it is important we back argument with research. It is important we bust a narrative with research. When somebody is talking about civil liberty, somebody is talking about press freedom, we bust it with the data. So next 20 days, I only request you, all the 1,000 people inside this hall, you take 5 narrative. Each of you should take 5 narrative. It is not necessary. We all know Modi ji is great. We all know Modi ji is going to come back to power. We all know AAP has got no chance. We all know the political model in Delhi, where a party which is founded against Congress is an alliance with Congress facing this Lok Sabha election. People know it. But my request to all the social media warriors who are here, take 5 issues. You write a story about it. You make a video about it. Put it in your WhatsApp channel, social media channel, Instagram, Twitter. Don't write 2 lines. Don't write 1 line. Please don't write somebody is great. We have to say why Modi ji is great. The whole of India knows, whole of world knows Modi ji is great. But can you substantiate with 5 points why Modi ji is great? 5 performance index that differentiates Modi ji from other leaders. 5 performance index that differentiates BJP from other government. 5 performance index that differentiates BJP from Aam Aadmi Party. 5 performance index that differentiates BJP from Congress. My request to you is, as social media warriors, take this as a challenge over the next 20 days. We are winning all 7. That is great, sir. But can we set a narrative from the capital city on each of the things that Congress and India Alliance leaders are saying to set a false narrative? Constitution. What BJP has done for the Constitution. Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji, he got 1 opportunity to nominate a Rashtrapati. Whom did he nominate? He nominated a Muslim from Tamil Nadu, APJ Abdul Kalam ji. Narendra Modi ji got 2 opportunities to nominate Rashtrapati. Whom did he nominate? He nominated Ramnath Govind ji, who comes from a SC community, our brother. When Modi ji got the 2nd chance to nominate the Rashtrapati, he nominated Draupadi Murmu ji, who comes from a ST community. This is the respect BJP has given to Constitution. And be it the strengthening of Constitution. Uniform Civil Code. In our manifesto, we are saying we are going to bring it back. Because the Constitution mandates India should have a uniform civil code in the directive principles of state policy. We are saying we are going to bring 1 country, 1 election. The whole of our country, 52, 57, 60, 67, 4 elections, first 4 elections till 1971, our country had 1 country, 1 election only. Till Congress started dismissing state governments, this order got changed. That we are bringing it back. That is part of our manifesto. So any statement that is written in BJP manifesto, we are strengthening Indian Constitution, like how Dr. B.R. Ambedkar ji wanted. But that point of time, some things were put in directive principles of state policy because somebody opposed it. Something was not put in fundamental rights. Something was put in fundamental duty. Something was put in directive principles of state policy saying, when the conditions in our country improve, the government of the time can implement. So this is very, very important. The friends here, you have to make a narrative, make a truth to say why we need 400. We need 400 seats to strengthen the Indian Constitution, to actually do what Dr. B.R. Ambedkar ji envisaged in 1947 to 50, before the Constitution was presented, by which all these people dismantled a part of our Constitution at different points of time. We want 400 to strengthen the Constitution. This is a very important truth. All of us have to say why we have done it, what we have done it, what we intend to do in the next 5 years. The second one is our economic model. Now a Congress party says, we are going to give 1 lakh rupee to a poor. Now, Congress has to classify what is poor. Is it 20 crore? Is it 30 crore? Is it 40 crore? Is it 45 crore? Now, if you look at our budget, which is 44 lakh crore, in social media, people here, we got to argue a case, 44 lakh crore central budget, 6 lakh has gone to defense, agriculture this much, education this much, urban infrastructure creation, this much. We have given money everywhere. We are giving money to the people. We are giving money to the state. If Congress is saying we are going to give 1 lakh rupee to the so-called poor, there are 40 crore poor in our country, which is 40 lakh crore. Where is the money? Is Rahul Gandhi ji going to have a note printing machine in his office to generate 40 lakh crore? It is important in our social media, the warriors who are sitting here, we argue our case. We tell the people of our country how disastrous the Congress policy is. Not only is the wealth redistribution, what Pandit Nehru ji said, what Indira Gandhi ji did, after that what Sam Pitroda ji is saying, after that what Rahul Gandhi is saying, what is the devious plan Congress is having in hand. Please make a narrative in the next 20 days. Please focus on not only the incremental changes we have done, but the leapfrogging changes we have done. Doubling, tripling of all indicators, be it Jal Jeevan, be it our what do you want to become? Do you know what the girl told me? She was about 9 years. She told me, Mama, I want to become a social media influencer. I asked her, Acha, what do you want to do? She said, no, I've already started a YouTube channel. In my garden, whatever planting we do, I do a story. Brothers and sisters, we have to understand social media influencer is a serious business. And in BJP, anybody who is a social media warrior, who is operating our handle, who is arguing for Modi ji, we have to understand, we are not influencers, we are truth seekers and truth setters. We have to seek truth, we have to set the truth, and people of our country has to read the truth. For that to happen, there is no biggest influence in our country than Narendra Modi ji. He influences everybody, youth, women, farmer, everybody. My last humble request to all of you is to see the series of interviews Modi ji has given in the last 1 month. Times of India carried a 4-page interview. He has given interviews to all the major channels, 1 hour, 1.5 hour, 2 hour. Every single data is available inside. Modi ji has argued a case why we need 400. Modi ji has argued a case why we need to come to the power for the 3rd term. Modi ji has argued what difference the 5 years is going to make. My request to all of you is, next 20 years, 20 days, let us not put a 1-line statement in social media. Let us not put a 3-line statement. We will put a long statement, we will put a video, we will argue our case, we will threadbare discuss the fraud nature of Aam Aadmi Party, the corrupt nature of Aam Aadmi Party. Only the media build-up Aam Aadmi Party was able to generate for some time. The political duplicity of Aam Aadmi Party, the political duplicity of India Alliance. My request to all of you is to put a video, is to put a long thread. And each of you, let us take a personal responsibility. We will take 5 subjects. 5 subjects will be on constitution, it will be on democracy, it will be on economics, it will be on our government, it will be on Delhi. We will take 5 subjects, we will do research, we will post it in social media. Thereby, we will generate a mass movement for the Delhi Bharatiya Janata Party, where all the 7 candidates across Delhi will again once more win with a sweeping majority. So I request all the people who have come here, this is our contribution to Modi ji. This is our contribution. This is our contribution to Modi ji as a personal example. We can influence 100, 1,000, 1 lakh, 10 lakh, 1 crore. With a single cell phone we can do it. A cell phone is a very powerful tool which, if spoken the truth in a right way with emotion, people will listen. And Sachdev sir was telling somebody that we are doing pretty well in social media. I think all of us are doing pretty well in social media because we speak the truth. People will read through a fraud post and an original message. So my request, next 20 days, let us generate a chain. Today, Delhi with Modi ji is the hashtag we are having. So this, if it can become a mass movement in the next 20 days, if each of us can influence our accomplice, our friends, our relatives, our mitras who are there, with truth, if we do it naturally, Delhi with Modi ji will hit 1 crore just like that. Because I can tell you, in our state, Before 2019, when Modi ji used to come to Tamil Nadu, the DMK party used to trend a hashtag called Go Back Modi. When we look at that hashtag, where it is coming, somebody from Uzbekistan, somebody from Pakistan, somebody from small countries with bots, they will say, Modi, go back. So 2021, after election, we took it up a challenge. We told our social media warriors, if DMK is trending, go back Modi, welcome Modi, vanakkam Modi should be minimum 20 times of it. But we will not take recourse to Pakistan, we will not take recourse to Uzbekistan, but we will disseminate truth. We will attract the common people to participate. Not only BJP social media warriors will do Delhi with Modi ji. A common person with no connection to BJP, a common person who is not part of our social media cell, he has to tag, she has to tag Delhi with Modi ji. For that to happen, which we tried in Tamil Nadu, Vanakkam Modi ji, common people should participate. So we have done 1.5 million. 1.5 million Vanakkam Modi ji. We have done 1.2 million. So whenever we do, the Go Back Modi has never crossed 40,000. That too, the whole DMK office bearers, including Chief Minister M.K. Stalin ji, when he was an opposition leader, he tweeted Go Back Modi. Now we challenge the ecosystem of DMK, wherever you are sitting in the world. We will do 15 times Vanakkam Modi of what you are doing. It's a challenge we have taken on. And last 3 years we have made sure taking on a party, taking on a governing party, whenever they say go back Modi, we do 20 times more than that, 30 times more than that. I think it is possible because we got to inspire a common man to come join our movement. That inspiration can happen only when we start speaking the truth, elaborate truth, so that a common man doesn't have the time. A common man doesn't have the time to see, oh, oil bond, is samay mein issue hoga, oh, 2026 tak ye oil bond hai. He doesn't have time. A common man doesn't have time to understand World Press Freedom Index is nothing but a bogus. A common man doesn't have time to understand, oh, this is how tax devolution is happening. A common man doesn't have time to understand, oh, this is the narrative that Congress is trying to set. It is important through video, through audio, through longer messages, we seek truth. We put out truth. That is the basic job of us, so that a common man comes inside. He becomes a part of this movement. I am very, very sure in the next 20 days, all of us will work very, very hard. All of us will set out truth. All of us will dig more research. All of us will see Modi sir's interview. All of us will take data from it in our own language. Delhi has got multiple people. There are Tamil people residing in Delhi in a big number. People who speak Bhojpuri are sitting in Delhi in large number. People who speak Bengali are in Delhi for a large number. I would only request the social media cell of Delhi BJP Pradesh to make sure the information goes out in multiple languages. The information goes out in Tamil, the information goes out in Bengali, the information goes out in Bhojpuri, the information goes out in Punjabi, the information goes out in Hindi. Because this capital city where it's a cosmopolitan, every language speaker is here. He might know all languages, he might know Hindi, he might know all languages, but still to emotionally connect, the truth has to be in his mother tongue, her mother tongue. In their mother tongue, the truth has to go. I would encourage all people who are assembled here who speak multiple languages, make it a point to tweet in Hindi, make it a point to tweet in English, make it a point to tweet or and put on Instagram in different mother tongues. The Delhi voters can speak. When we do it, I'm 100% sure a mass movement can be created here. 1 crore hashtag we can generate Delhi with Modi ji in the next 20 days. It will be a momentum shifting thing that can happen in Delhi. So I've taken a lot of your time. I once again thank our Pradesh Adhyaksh Virendra Sachdeva ji, who's here and who has given the opportunity for me and others to come and assemble here. You all have come with a lot of enthusiasm. It is a family. All of us are part of Modi Parivar. There is no differentiation among us. Once we take the cell phone, all of us work for Modi ji. There is no difference between us. I request in Delhi, let us make history once more. Even if two partners in crime like Congress and AAP, they joined together. Still, we will defeat them with an even larger margin than 2019. Let us use social media effectively. Let us spread out the truth over the next 20 days. Let us set 5 narratives in mother tongue in different languages in Delhi so that this becomes a movement in the next 20 days. I thank all of you for your patient listening and for your patience. Thank you so much. Bharat Mata ki jai.
Thank you so much, respected Sri Anna Malai ji. Thank you so much.